This is my appeal to South Africans that we use our own distraction in whatever that we see or hear or are told. One of the ways to discredit a person is to tell a lie, blend it with some truth over and over again, and until people believe, then we would have really won that fight. I refuse to be a kind of a person that plainly just accept what is being, displayed or uh, what I'm being told. So at the end of the day, one wonders uh, where white people prepared to just give us the country and forget about it, and then it's democracy and it's end of the road. I mean, we start a new life, it's a rainbow nation. Do you think the whites were prepared to do so? Really would like to believe that whites are all born again now, they seek justice. Do you really believe in that kind of a nonsense stories that we are told? I mean, it is white people who decide who's corrupt, who should be charged. Anytime we as black people have to move with that narrative, at the end of the day, we must use our own distraction. We must use our own thinking as black people. We can't be told that today, Jacob Zuma is corrupt. Tomorrow, Cyril is corrupt, and so forth and so forth. It has been from 1994 when Mandela took over. White people used to say to us, go and ask your Mandela, an incompetent leader, and an incompetent president, someone who knows nothing, a corrupt individual. Then suddenly they develop so much love of Mandela. They now have to tell us that it's Mandela's dream. What about our dream? Because our dream is to recover our land, and our dream is to recover our economy. So we must think for ourselves. I refuse to be told what should be accepted as the truth. Remember, everything that has been happening before ANC took over is now called corruption. They are doing the same thing that white government has been doing before. I mean, it's relatively nothing new. We are still oppressed the same way we were oppressed back then when it's come to land ownership and economic participation. We are still as poor as we were. Only the few black elites that had maybe made it in life and are living large, and they enjoy to be on the spotlight, and we, the rest of us, we will be clapping hands for them, we'll be saluting them, then they'll be happy, for us to look up to them and use them as our source of inspiration. I don't know where we come from with that nonsense. Somebody else's achievement is my source of inspiration. You don't even know how that person got to the point where they are. Maybe they sold out and then they became rich. You don't know. How can somebody else's work inspire me to achieve? In fact, we as Africans, it's about time we come together and think and say, we are black, they are white. Again, we are black and they are white. And look at what is happening. When a white man does something, it's easy for us as black people to be told to forget about it and move on. But when one of us does something, no matter how small it is, we must forsake him or her, and we must start calling him names, and justice is only served when it's against us as black people. I don't know where we're coming from with this nonsense. And the more as Africans we become educated, the stupid we become. I don't really get it. You can't have a situation whereby there's a different point of views, even with the judiciary itself. You look at what the Concord has concluded on. It's not a unanimous decision. There are those that have said Jacob Zuma have been treated unfairly. His rights are being violated. Why must we close our ears in that kind of a voice and only listen or move with the voice that says Jacob Zuma must be imprisoned? It is not justice to embarrass someone. We are not saying Jacob Zuma mustn't be arrested because he's a former president. No. We are not saying Jacob Zuma must not be arrested simply because Jacob Zuma is black. No. And we are not saying Jacob Zuma mustn't be arrested simply because he's a freedom fighter. No. We are saying he must be treated fairly. Fairly. We are all equal in the eyes of the law. I'm telling you, these courts of ours cannot be trusted. Remember, today it's Jacob Zuma, tomorrow it's me or you.